In a world where teachers are using live critters in their classroom to teach kids effectively, is a world where students learn, thrive, and grow.
Now, you may be asking, what kind of live critters should I be incorporating into my classroom? Well, that answer is easy. Mealworms. Why mealworms? Because they have this really interesting thing called a life cycle. And the kids can actually watch them go through that life cycle throughout the semester.
Life cycle, mealworms, explain.
Well, my cinematic narrator friend, the life cycle is basically those developmental changes that the mealworm will go through throughout its life. As you can see in the picture, first you start off as an egg, of course, and then it becomes a larva. And then that larva is actually those mealworms that you're going to start off with in your classroom. Then they're going to become these weird shriveled up little creatures called pupas. And then once they change from that, they become an adult. And those adults are actually called darkling beetles. And it's funny how they get their name.
Interesting. But how is that going to help the kids? You tell me. That's what's important right now.
Well, of course. Not only is this such a hands-on activity, but it's also an ongoing activity. So from day one, the students can watch the worms as they transform into those different phases. Now, the key is don't tell the kids what's going to happen to the worms. All you have to do is just have them keep a critter log in their interactive science notebooks. So each week, the kids can take turns watching and observing the worms. And then they can take notes and write in their own words what they think is happening to the worms. And then maybe once you have a worm turn into a beetle, you can do a whole big full lesson about the life cycle of a mealworm.
Yes, I see. So how do we take care of the mealworms? Where do I keep them? How do I keep them? These are things that people will ask.
Well, lucky for you, Mr. Cinematic Narrator Voice, I have all of the answers. All you need is a jar, some oatmeal, and your mealworms. Now, you just place some oatmeal into your jar and you add your mealworms. And then, of course, you should be feeding your mealworms. So you can easily start off by just feeding them a slice of an apple. And then once that apple starts getting old and moldy, just switch it out for another apple. Or you can start incorporating your students and let them experiment and make decisions on how we should be feeding our critters. So you can have them come up with ideas. They can decide they want to feed them maybe pear slices, maybe potatoes. They can even experiment on where our worm jar should be located. If it should be by a window, it should be in a drawer, or each week, maybe you can do a different experiment. Have them decide where the jar is located. And it's really easy maintenance. And you're letting the kids do all the work while they're also learning at the exact same time.
Tiny worms eating a big apple. Yeah, this would be a great experiment for the kids. I can see how they could learn a lot from this. This is amazing. You go, tiny worm. God, they're lucky.
Now, when you're looking at your curriculum and you need an interesting way to incorporate science, you should definitely think of mealworms, because not only is it hands-on and an ongoing activity, but it also helps the students do their own type of exploration and discovery.
Look at them go. I know if I'm having tons of fun, then the kids will too.